Alright, it is time for day 5 of the War Machine mod. Now, there was a surprise update to fix phase lock and also to re-enable that skill that got disabled. So we're going to have to test those. Fleet and Mind's Eye apparently got a buff to counter the fact that phase lock got nerfed so hard. They rebalanced the Lusco, which I don't know if it's going to be up or down because I was using it with phase lock, so I don't know if its damage is actually good. They reworked the Hydra, so it's a shotgun version of the Herald. They reworked Triquetra, so that now it is called Starfall, and it spawns a star-based, formed pellet thing from the sky down onto enemies. And then they reworked Teeth of Terra, so that the pellet count is based on what level you are. And that sounds ridiculous. And then there's also a change to the Seraphim, which we haven't really used, so I don't know how that will feel. They fixed the funny little purple missing texture thing that we've been seeing. And then they added something to the Ray of Doom, which I don't know if we've messed with. So we'll probably see on that. And then there is a beta, but I didn't see the most recent update of the beta, so I didn't get it. So we're going to go ahead and test some stuff. So first off, Fleet and Mind's Eye are now different. Okay, so yeah, while you have an enemy phase locked, it's 20% more effective, all the stats on the skill. And then Mind's Eye, 25% more effective. So that's really, really cool. And then this skill was causing a strobing effect. So we will need to go test that really quick to see if it still does that. And then also, we do have the Triquetra on us still, and it is called the Starfall now. It is 1 pellet. And yeah, that looks really cool. So a pellet spawns like super high up and then it just splits down onto enemies. I'd be curious about using this with like a B shield, because if we had a B shield on and then we also have focus fire, we could just have infinite ammo with it, and that could be super sick as long as we're hitting crits with it. And we're going to spec into this skill real quick and test if this still works or if it'll cause the strobing effects again. Alright, so basically what we were seeing last time was that this skill was draining our shield, and then while phase lock was in the air, because of subsequence, it was giving us a bunch of temporary shield stacked on top of that. And it was causing the shield drain to still kick in on that, causing it to basically constantly tick a broken shield and making our eyeballs hurt. So we'll go ahead and phase lock an enemy, try to figure out the distancing on this a little bit. And now it's not causing problems. So that's super cool. We can actually use it and it won't just murder our eyes. So yeah, I think that's a fix that works. So that's pretty cool. And it's not draining the shield, which I'm not sure if it's supposed to not drain it anymore. But it is nice. So that is super cool that we have that. Alright. And now from here, since I do want a B shield, we're going to start our DLC questing today with Tina DLC, which I would normally wait a little bit on that, but we're going to do Tina DLC, we'll probably do Pirate DLC, and then we'll save Hammerlock and Torg for another day. And then I just really don't like Viper Sanctuary, so I always keep that for last, just to kind of deal with later. And then maybe we'll do like a Headhunter or two to keep a farm open, but yeah, we'll start with Tina DLC. And since we're in Tina DLC, we gotta look at the class mods, see if they're any different. They're probably still the same, but I just don't remember what skills they would normally buff. So it'd be good to see what they actually do buff with this mod. Oh, perfect. Okay, cool. So we got a purple comm so we can see all of the skills. So it'll still have like the basic chaotic neutral or true neutral or good, whatever, lawful something. So the prefix will be the same, so the mag size, fire rate, crit damage, reload speed, stuff like that, that'll be normal. But we do have Powerhouse, Iridium Sanction, and Adrenaline on these. So this might be a good comm for Iridium Sanction build if we do build around it, because it also comes with the Mollywand thing. So that could be really cool for that. And then it can come with Life Tap, but I'd probably just run a blue comm with +6 here and +5 here. because I think that just having the lifesteal where it is would probably be fine. So we might try to look for a blue version of this, just because it would be nice to have for that type of build. But I have an interesting note. If we go ahead and phase lock this guy and start that, and I reload, as you can see, I can reload rather quickly. So that might still be a problem, but it is good that they managed to fix the first part. This is a minor thing. Okay, I didn't really test this, but the Teeth of Terra gets an extra pellet per level. Alright. So what does this look like for stacking purposes? Okay, not really like incredibly insane. But I mean you can kinda see what it's trying to do.
Whoa, you didn't say the blood grew on the
That just feels good, yeah. I don't think that was like necessarily too strong or anything, that just felt decent. Yeah, this just feels good, and I love the explosions, weirdly enough. And we did get a bee shield. So, we're going to go ahead and equip that. It's going to kind of ruin our health stacking a little bit, but I do want to test it a little bit just to see. So we have some test subjects. They're a little bit small, and I think the bee shield noise is disabled with the mod. But it's still pretty fun feeling, I think. And yeah, it definitely does add to the damage. We're seeing smaller numbers without it. So if I just grab this ammo shrine to keep my ammo regen up. Hold on, let's start this first. And then also I need phase lock to like kick in. So we have phase lock. Do that. Get the ammo shrine. Oh, it ended. But that was fun for a second. Alright, so how does this work? Okay, yeah, when the bee shield is active, this certainly does some good damage.
Wait, what? That makes 0 sense. Enough. You're done. So, who's next?
I appear to have lost gun audio. I can't blame the mod. That's a very Borderlands thing to happen. But I mean, we're doing pretty decent damage here, if we just, you know, look at that. So that's cool. Right, cool. We actually kind of got punished for not using decent-ish equipment, so that actually feels pretty good. So I still can't tell what exactly causes it. So let's just get these two, and then let's get a little bit of extra damage to help it along. Okay, so if we go ahead, get a phase lock, deal some damage, and then if we try to reload, we can see that it is super duper slow still. So it's not Accelerate's fault, at least not alone. Okay, so now we just have Emergency Circumstance, and we don't have Accelerate. So we go ahead and get our first kill. Okay, so it's Emergency Circumstance, possibly. So yeah, it looks like it is Emergency Circumstance. So this is the skill that's causing us to insta-reload, which at level 5 it does say your weapons instantly reload during activation. But that is during activation, and I guess subsequence is considered permanent activation, possibly. So that's weird. Also real quick, since we are back in the base game really quick while we were testing, let's get a Lusco, since it was rebalanced. So what do you do now? Iridium enhancement, each bullet instantly splits into multiple pellets has a 6% chance to shoot twice, increasing this weapon's fire rate and damage. That kind of sounds like the orc, but also a chance to just split. So this might be a V-shield weapon now. Hold on. Okay, I do have the V-shield on, but it did just get broken. The damage on it feels fine, and the effect sounds cool. So, yeah, I'm down with that. That sounds sick. Alright, let's see how this works. So, we'll go ahead and phase lock one of these guys. Okay. I mean, our damage isn't great, obviously. So it doesn't deal an insane amount of damage, but that is still fun to try to get going. I do have an idea later of how we could get a lot of stacks really, really fast, though. So we'll kind of have to see if that works. Okay, cool, there we go. So, weirdly enough, we might actually not be able to just instantly walk up and fight dragons. We might actually require, like, proper equipment. So that's actually kind of cool to see. Also kind of feels bad to see, but it means that people can't just walk up to things and win instantly, and we might actually require, like, equipment and a build. So that's cool. Okay, we got a Blaster and a Volcano. So, the Volcano, last time I messed with it, didn't feel like it was doing too hot. But it does fire and explosive damage now, and I'm pretty sure it only did fire before. But hopefully this... Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, that's different. So, it just looks cool. I like it so far. We need to actually, like, test it, though. Oh my goodness, okay. Hold on, this thing's kind of fun. I mean, of course, our Thought Lock is still going to be, like, you know, going through stuff. Okay, so for shields it isn't worth much, but if you hit that crit, you are doing just fine. The Gub. Oh. How did... Oh, hold on. I have to... Hold on. Okay, we're gonna go get a Gub. It'll make sense soon. I saw it on the loading screen, and I don't know how I forgot. Last time, it was just absolutely absurd. And to be fair, it was absurd because Axton had a skill that made it absurd. But I'm just curious if it'll be any good. Okay, cool, we got one. So, on Axton, this was just insane. But on Maya, I think it'll actually feel probably kind of balanced. Okay, the damage is still a little bit high. So is our phase lock though, hold on. So they're not robots, but this should still be a decent little test. Probably. I need a little bit more pistol ammo though. Okay, yeah, so the damage on this is still pretty darn high, even outside of playing Axton. So that kind of, that's convenient. We have a fallback weapon, very worst case. So I was gonna go ahead and do another DLC, but we are level 64 rather, and Tubbies exist. Now, I did go ahead and change our build. It is way more phase lock centric. So we've got the maxed out Helios, we have Ruin over here, we have Cloud Kill, which is basically deal elemental damage and Cloud Kill will spawn. It stays for 1.3 seconds, it has a cooldown of 0.2 seconds though, so they can just sort of keep spawning. And then we do have Null Nova, where if we deal status effect, every 10 seconds, a slag AoE will explode around us, so that's pretty cool. And then we've still got like Converge and Subsequence over here. We've got the extra phase lock time here. And then we have Scorn just because I'm building back down Middle Tree basically. So we'll just farm here until we get our class mods, and then if we have time, we'll move on. Alright, so we got a couple things. So we have this temporary shield relic, and basically the way that this works is it takes up our relic slot, but it gives us some extra shield capacity and recharge rate, and then it provides a flat 10% more damage cooldown rate and movement speed. So this is actually pretty nice. I used it on Axton for a while, but since we are trying to health stack, I would prefer to keep this Vitality Relic on. But it is super cool that we could have that if we wanted to. And then we've got our Legendary Binder. So it provides 3,908% melee damage, 35.6% faster movement speed, 11 grenade capacity, reduced gun damage, and increased team cooldown rate. Increases action skill cooldown rate for the entire team. Additionally, 1/9 of melee damage bonus is added to grenade status effect damage. Oh, so that plus this is basically just haha funny melee. And then we do have Helios with it, we get Immolate, we get the Slag Nova thing, we also get our Blight Phoenix, and then it gives extra damage for the movement speed with this skill too. So this could just make her into a melee character, and I might have to try that now, so that's cool. So how much damage is this? Oh. Oh. Wait a minute. And we also do the AoE, so... Oh. Okay, melee build might be up next. That's really, really strong feeling. So what about you? Honestly, this is respectable, considering I have nothing else benefiting it but the class mod. Oh, okay, cool. We got another one of our class mods, the Doctress. So, team health regen, it's really low, and then plus team max health. Okay. You receive 50% more damage while you're wearing this. That is a little bit sketchy, not gonna lie to you, but it does provide more kinetic reflection, so extra chance to reflect and hurt enemies. It provides sustenance, it provides foresight with the mag size and elemental effect damage, and then it does provide Iridium Sanction, so this is cool, and then it also provides Null Nova. I'm not sure about the taking 50% more damage in exchange for a couple of these skill benefits, but I could see how this could be a cool class mod, but I feel like these other class mods might help even more than this one would. And also, we just got a class mod that gives us like 4,000% more melee damage, so I'm just going to use that basically. Oh hey, we got another class mod. Okay, so this one replaces the Legendary Cat. So I changed the red text, so the red text is wrong, but it does give extra effect chance, status effect damage, fire rate, and then it tanks our gun damage, but increases our effect damage. And then let's check out these skills. So extra mag and elemental effect damage from Foresight, we've got plus to Reaper, and then we've got plus to Accelerate and Wreck. So this is odd. It increases our status effect damage by a ton, and it nerfs our gun damage, but then it tries to buff it through our skills. I think this class mod wants you to just spread out a bunch of effects, is the idea. Since they do want you to have maxed out Wreck and Accelerate, and Accelerate gives the Reflect chance, Wreck also gives the Chain Reaction chance, so I think this is a spreading of elemental effects type of class mod. So that is pretty cool to see. And I think as far as I'm aware, they didn't really add any extra class mods, so this should just be our Legendary Binder, Cat, and Nurse Comm all right here. So these are all done, we've got them farmed out. I really want to do Pirate DLC now because I want to get the Rapier to run with the Legendary Binder just to see how that goes. We're going to go ahead and get ourselves an early melee weapon until we can get our Rapier here. Alright, cool. So we've got our Law. And once again, a fun thing about melee weapons is that they swing faster. So we get 4,000% damage here, we get 100% here, and we can do this to people. So we can kind of just walk up on them like this. I'm curious if it still gets the AoE though. Alright, let's see. Oh my goodness, hold on. Okay. We found the new thing. Now that Phase Lock is nerfed, this is it. Alright. Alright. It doesn't matter what role it is, it's just the 200% melee we're here for. So let's just drop that pokey stick and put on this one. Now if I walk up to a guy, that's so good. Okay. We are now the melee character. And the most convenient part, since this is all tied to our class mod and our melee weapon, we don't have to get any new gear. And this will just keep working. So at level 62-ish, you could just get a Legendary Binder and the Rapier and just start poking dudes. And then you could just use that plus your Phase Lock with like Subsequence and Converge. And you're just clearing rooms basically no problem. So this, yeah, this is super duper strong. We don't need a melee relic because melee relics are additive and they're really, really small. So Vitality Relic still works here. And then you could run a Roid Shield, but you don't need to. You really don't need to. I would be interested in seeing how much more damage it adds, but you really don't. And then also, the class mod does make a 1/9 of our melee damage bonus increase our status effect damage. So the 3,900 here plus the 200% here, a 1/9 of that is also buffing that. So we have that, and then you could pair it with Iridium Sanction, and then you would just have a ton of grenade status effect damage, and you just are farming everything surely. Okay, can we do this? Hold on. Alright, so for Roscoe, can I just kind of wait for him to spawn Rack real quick? Phase Lock. Oh, okay. Oh, wow, okay. Oh, wait a minute. But I really don't have a class mod for this situation, so anything is okay, honestly. DLC is done, we'll go check loot, and then we might try to melee a raid boss or two, just to kind of see how it would go. I don't have healing though, so that could be a little sketchy. We might go grab a grog. Alright, so for our loot, we got a Mongol, we got a new Neo, so that'll be super cool. Is that a... Okay, we got a Gunnerang. I had trouble with the Gunnerang last time, but just to show what it does that. So it's just like a lot of Gunnerangs. Also, that is terrifying. But yeah, basically it just throws a lot of them at once now. Got a new Volcano. That'll actually kind of be nice to have. A Deadly Bloom, which is now legendary like it's supposed to be, so that's kind of nice. An Impaler, Whiskey Tango, and another Transformer. Thunderbolt Fist, Fire Bee, Bouncing Bonnie, and a Baby Maker. We might take this because the DOT damage on it will be buffed by our melee damage here. So that might make it deal insane amounts of damage to raid bosses. So we have no upgrades. We've got the Rapier, we've got the Fire Bee. I'm going to wear the Neo for the extra health. And then I guess we're just going to kind of send it just to see if it works. Oh, Scorn did that. Okay, hold on. I think Scorn getting buffed by our melee damage might be a little bit powerful. Let's see. What? Okay. Yeah, so that, well, I mean, you saw that. So, okay, yeah, that's what Scorn does with the melee build, I guess. I would like to point out, I think that's surely going to be nerfed, because I don't think it's meant to do all that. That's a little too strong. Okay, so we've got a Devastator here, which does this in this mod. Pretty much the same. Spawns 3 pellets now, though, so that's pretty cool. We've also got a Hammer Buster. It's just fully auto now, is kind of like the nice thing about it. We've got ourselves the Retcher. The true experience of rocket jumping. Alright, I don't want to shoot myself in the feet. Splash guarantee, no self-damage, but you can catch a corrosive dot. On reload, throw and spawn a mini orb that deals a big AoE. Oh, so the Tunguska thing. Okay, and then it can, yeah. It fires really fast, too. Hold on. Okay. We're keeping that. Okay, so Shredifire, very accurate without aiming down sights. And when you do aim down sights, you enter tripod mode, which increases projectiles per shot, increases spread, and decreases movement speed. So we go from shooting like this to shooting like this, which is a lot more pellets, so that is pretty cool. Alright, we've got an evolution here, so I mean we can put that on, but it's the exact same as our Neo in terms of stats. They do have a slight variance, so with the Neo, if you get a crit, you get 1% of your max HP a second, and you get extra elemental weapon damage and status effect chance, and then that has a 1.5 second cooldown, 2 second cooldown, yeah, 2 second cooldown. And then on the Evo, kills increase status effect damage by 15%, reduce enemy elemental impact defense by 10% within 550 units of the player, and that lasts for 5 seconds. So Evo is better for our status effects, so we might as well wear it instead of the Neogenator. And then we've got a Pyrophobia, and I think it, yeah, it's just a Pyrophobia. Okay. Oh, we got a Hornet. It's just a more spammy Hornet, basically, is the idea. So let's just go delete some raid bosses, I guess. Okay, so Master G, gonna be a little bit more boring. We do have to burn through his first shield before we can start fighting him the way we want to fight him. But fortunately, we can just one-shot all the worms. So, yeah, that'll be fine. Oh, it's time. Alright, cool. So let's get that on cooldown. Let's get some stacks going here. Wait for that Scorn to be ready. Shoot him a little bit to get some more stacks. And okay, that's not his entire health bar like it was with Hyperius, but that's still a lot of his health bar for, like, no reason. Alright, cool. Alright, so we got a Herald. Herald does Herald stuff still. We got the Devastator, we've already seen that. We got a new Stormfront, which is our preferred stacking nade, so that is nice. We will go ahead and keep that. We got the Patriot, which is depressing usually. But it might actually just be accurate with this mod, so that's cool. I don't see any other effect to it. The Varuk sort of does the Varuk stuff still. Alright. Let's do this. Brood. I missed. Alright, you know what? Yeah, sure. Might as well start like that. But what's our melee damage? Oh, our melee damage is great, actually. Hold on. Okay, Okay, so we were actually able to just punch out Brood, because, you know, why not? Let's get a Helion to land here. And he didn't die. That's actually very surprising. Alright, that is 2 boys down. Let's go ahead and get Incinerator. We do have a level up bonus, so we should deal extra damage to him as well. Alright, and... didn't die. Cool, alright. And that just leaves a boost. Which, I mean, yeah, this should just be this. Cool. That's done. Alright, so we got a blockade. Seems to still just do blockade stuff. We've got the Stinger, which fires in spurts. So you start firing, and it fires slow, and then it just dumps really, really fast. Kind of a fun little gun. Another conference call, and a pandemic. And then we've got an Omen here. So, with the Omen, shoots a laser beam that deals direct damage based on the weapon's element and explodes where it hits, dealing an additional explosive damage there. And then explosive damage can be buffed by grenade damage and weapon damage, so that's pretty cool. And then whenever you throw it, it explodes like a grenade. So I think that's basically just normal on that. Yeah. Okay, still, this idea is pretty cool. I do like it. Does it do self-damage? It doesn't appear to. While we're here, we are going to go ahead and try to get our +6 class mod that we wanted. Just so we can have it in case we want to test it in the future. Yep, we will go ahead and take this one. So this one provides mag and fire rate. It provides +6 to the skill we want. And then it provides +5 to the powerhouse skill. So if we do a Molly1 build later on, if we're doing like build testing, this could be really, really great for that. We are going to need maxed out Iridium though, so that probably will be a post-game test. Right, and turn in the quest. Get an Emerald Sniper. And we did level up, so now we have all of the capstones. We are 3 levels away from max level, but we will continue doing the DLCs next time. We've still got Hammerlock, we've still got Torg DLC, we've still got Fight for Sanctuary up here, unfortunately. And all of those are available, so that'll be next time. I feel like we've definitely found some funnies today, and yeah, that's all we really had time for. So yeah, I'll do it. Day 5.